Hey traders, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be showing you guys the two trades I took on 13th of September 2021. That was a Monday. Both my trades were on a stock called AFRM. The ticker symbol is AFRM. The first trade was a loser. The second trade was a 40% winner using a level 2 strategy using Bookmap that I will be discussing in this video. I will first show you guys the technicals I was looking at for this stock. Then I will show you guys the live recording of my trades. It always sounds weird when I call it live recording because either it's live or a recording, but you guys get the idea. And then I will discuss the Bookmap and the level 2 strategy that I used on my second trade. Finally, I will show you guys my P&L statement. Let's look at my game plan that I post daily on our Discord group. If you guys want to be part of our Discord group, the link will be in the description box below. The first stock I was looking at is mRNA, second AFRM, third ZM. Then I also had my eyes on Netflix, Baba and Tesla on the sidelines. But let's break down the technicals of AFRM because both of my trades for the day were on AFRM and I did not trade any other stock on this day. Whenever I post a chart on the J Daily game plan, I usually mention the levels and the plays I'm looking at for the stock. AFRM had a really nice strong green candle on Friday last week. It had earnings on Thursday after hours. On Friday, they gapped up and we had a really strong gap and go setup on AFRM. My levels on AFRM were the break of 127, which was around the high of the day, the previous day of Friday. Then I was looking at 130, which is a good psychological level. Finally, I was looking at 131 and 135 level, which is around the resistance on the 1-day chart. But I also mentioned not looking to short it unless we see a clean sell-off, because if a stock is really strong on the 1-day chart, sometimes what happens if we see aggressive sell-off, then people who chased it on Friday, they will exit their position. So that causes more selling pressure on a stock. So that's why I mentioned that I will short it if I see a clean sell-off, and that's what we saw just before the market opened. Around 9:25 a.m. AFRM started selling off and both my plays on AFRM were towards the downside. This is the recording of my trades on AFRM. As I mentioned earlier, around 9:25 a.m. we saw a huge sell-off on AFRM. It dropped from $120 and it made a pre-market low of $109. So because of this sell-off, I was looking to short AFRM at any pullbacks. When I saw that AFRM is failing to hold above $110 level, it made a high of the day of around $112 level and it's failing to hold above 110. I got filled 10 contracts. I'm trading 105 puts, same week expiry, and I got filled at a premium price of 3.15. My stop loss on this trade is if it makes a new high of the day. If it breaks 112 towards the upside, I will exit this position. And my profit target is the break of 105 towards the downside because AFRM is very extended on the 1-day chart. So people who chased it, they will most likely have their stop loss at 110 or 105 because 105 was around the low of the day on Friday. After about 2-3 minutes of me entering this position, we saw AFRM break 112 towards the upside. So just to be safe, I always try to stick to my stop loss because I don't want to get into a habit of not sticking to my stop loss. When it broke 112 towards the upside, I covered my whole position with a loss of around $760 on this trade and I got out right at the top. After that, we saw a bit of a sell-off. It came under $110 level. But it's better to exit a position, then I can reevaluate the chart. I can maybe take a next entry. That's what I did on AFRM instead of holding on to your loser. Because if you hold your loser once, twice, 3 times, 10 times, it might work 9 times in your favor. But the one time it does not work against you, it's going to blow up your account. So that's why I'm just scared of getting into a habit of holding on to my loser. If I have a stop loss, I always try to exit at that stop loss. I can always reevaluate and take a next position. Talking about my next position on AFRM, you guys can see I exited my first position right here at the top 112. My trade idea worked in my favor. We saw AFRM make a flag and then push towards the downside. I would have most likely held through this pullback and for a continuation move towards the downside. But as a trader, you never know what a stock is going to do. You can only stick to your plan. It could have easily gone to $115 level towards the upside, but my trade idea worked in my favor. I stuck to my stop loss. So that's a 10 out of 10 rating that I give myself if I'm sticking to my plan. On my second trade, you guys can see I missed this flag pattern, which is okay. On the next pullback, I was seeing another flag pattern on AFRM and it was holding this pre-market low 109 towards the downside. So my stop loss on this trade was the break of VWAP or the 109 towards the upside. I got filled 10 contracts. trading same 105 puts, and my fill price was 3.35 on this trade. Now, after a minute or two, I saw a level 2 strategy and I should have added to my position, but because I was red for the day, I did not add on to my position. But that was a really good strategy based on level 2. If I see something like that, usually I take a position, or if I'm already in a position, I add to my position. Now is the time to focus on level 2. I entered right here on the pullback to 109. After a few minutes, we will see in the next few seconds, there was a big order all of a sudden at 108. That is around 76,000 shares. You can see that on level 2, it's 769 multiplied by 100, but I will also show you guys the Bookmap screenshot. Sometimes you miss these kind of things on level 2 because the numbers are going so fast. But if you're looking at Bookmap, it's pretty easy to see. I will show you guys. But my plan on this point is that there's a big seller at 108. If buyers are able to push the seller, and if buyers are able to consume the sellers, push it towards the upside, that will be my stop loss. I will exit my position. You will see a few orders went through at 108, but buyers failed to take it towards the upside. Buyers failed to break that barrier, break that wall towards the upside. Consider this as a wall. The buyers are trying to push it towards the upside. If they take it towards the upside, that's a win situation for the buyers. I will exit my position. I will most likely exit still in a profit because I entered on the pullback. But if buyers fail to take it above 108, and if we see a break of 107.5, that is the break of the flag, I would have most likely added to my position if I wasn't red for the day. But you guys know, if I'm red for the day, I try to take it slow. I already got a really good fill entry on the pullback. So I thought, let's just hold on to my initial position and see what happens. Buyers failed to take it above 108. Sellers took control. It broke 106.5. It's testing 105. I will take my profits at the break of 105. Before we jump on to our exits, I'm going to explain this using Bookmap, the level 2 strategy. We also had a detailed webinar for our Discord members a couple of weeks ago. That's still posted for our Discord members. And I explained the strategy. This is the big bid and big ask. What do you do when you see a big bid? What do you do when you see a big ask? What does it mean? It's not like it's always supposed to work in your favor, but level 2 just gives you an extra edge if you're a scalper or a day trader. If you're a swing trader, you can still get away with not using level 2. But if you're a scalper, you definitely need to incorporate level 2 and time and sales in your trading. This is a screenshot I posted in our chat, and after I exited my trade, I hopped onto the voice channel for our Discord members. I explained this trade from start to end. My entry was right here before on the pullback to 108, 109 with a stop at 109. I saw this 108 big seller. So that's why this seller was a bit hard to see on the level 2 box on your platform because it was only for 10 to 15 seconds. But if you are looking at Bookmap, it's just easier to see. It's easier to spot where the big buyers and big sellers are. Now consider that you are a buyer, you're already having difficulty to push it towards the upside, and then you see another big seller. And then we saw this clean drop. I took my profits right here. I get a lot of questions. How do you incorporate level 2 in your trading? Bear in mind that I took this position right here. I was not looking at level 2 when I took this position. So level 2 is just an extra advantage you can have over other traders who are not looking at level 2. Your whole play should make sense. I took this trade AFRM because it was in a downtrend. It had a sell-off in the pre-market. And then the overall market was selling off. It made a flag pattern on the 1 minute. And these were my reasons of taking my position. After I entered this position, I just saw a bit of confirmation of level 2, and I should have added to my position here and tightened my stop loss to 108. But I explained you guys the reason for me to not to add to my position. But that's how you use level 2. You don't use level 2, for example, on extended stocks. I get a lot of questions on Instagram, YouTube, on our Discord group that people are saying, traders are saying, I'm still getting faked out even after I'm looking at level 2. But sometimes when I look at the entries and exits, sometimes they are chasing it, they are taking over extended stocks or something like that. For example, Tesla moved from $700 to $725 in a day, for example. So it has already moved $25 for the day. Now, if you are thinking to take it for the break of $725, it's already very extended. The ATR of Tesla is only $22 to $23 in a day. So it's already very extended on the 1-day chart. If you look at level 2 on $725, yes, it might show you that you should take that trade. but you should not take that trade because it's already very extended. You have to use level 2 as part of your trading, not your whole trading. You have to use it in addition to a different strategy, to another bull flag, bear flag, ATR, use R wall. So you have to use a combination of things in addition to level 2. After that detailed level 2 explanation, I will show you guys my exit. I wouldn't go through the recording because it's going to be 20 minutes long, but at the break of 105, just before the break of 105 again towards the upside, I took 50% of my position out at a fill price of 4.57. When it was trying to break the 9 EMA towards the upside, I was just not very confident with this trade because in the overall bigger picture on the 1-day chart, it's still really strong. I covered 3 of my contracts at 4.29. For the rest of my contracts, I put my stop loss at the break of 107 towards the upside, and that will still have been a good trade. But after my exit, we saw another sell-off at the make of new low of the day at the break of 103. I took another contract out at a fill price of 5.60. Finally, when it broke 105 towards the upside, I covered my last contract at a fill price of 4.91. Overall, making $1,273 on this trade, which was a return of around 40% of my investment. That's pretty much it, guys. You guys can see it's 11:04 a.m. at the moment. My last exit was at 10:12. So that means I only traded for the first half an hour to 40 minutes of the market open. Overall, making $500 for the day. On my first trade, I lost around $700. On my second trade, I made around $1,200. So both trades were good in my opinion. First trade, I stuck to my stop loss. Second trade was a nice winner. The strategy worked in my favor. I stuck to my profit target. So both were 10 out of 10 trades in my opinion. That's it, guys. Hopefully you liked this video and the detailed level 2 explanation. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram. I also post a lot of good day trading content, including my red days on Instagram. The link will be in the description box below. Thank you for watching and I will see you guys in the next video.